Josh, your favorite rivalry, maybe in all of sports. I know it's number two, right behind the Ravens and Steelers, is going down again on Saturday night between Duke and North Carolina.
Yeah, the first one was an absolute classic. Holy crap. A buzzer beater for the win. Um, and now Duke is ranked number one. I believe Caleb Wilson is out of this game with an injury for North Carolina, which is a big loss for them if, in fact, he is unavailable. But North Carolina has been on the decline a little bit recently. They just got smacked by North Carolina State. Duke
Yes,
is
they did.
Duke is at home. And it's Duke, North Carolina. I don't really have to say any more than that. It's going to be another fantastic game. Like they played just a month ago. And as I said, it came down to a freaking buzzer beater because that's Duke, North Carolina for you. This rivalry has had so many like legendary players: Michael Jordan, Christian Laettner, Grant Hill, Shane Battier, Tyler Hansborough. Okay, maybe not all of them are legendary, but you get my point.
But Christian Laettner is definitely a legend. And if you guys in the chat don't know who Christian Laettner is, I hate Christian Laettner. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But I love Christian Laettner.
And Michael
go ahead,
Jordan
Josh.
as well.
Yeah, who's Michael Jordan? Never heard of that guy.
No, but and JJ Redick, Antoine Jameson. Sure, not all of them went on to become like great NBA players, but you know, they were
correct. But people were wearing shirts that said, "I can't wait to name my kid JJ Redick so I can beat him."
Yes.
That like Brandon, understand. I know you're not a college hoops guy. I get it, but this is where me and Josh are gonna become. Because I've been ripping on Josh for about 30 minutes now. For a half hour, we've been arguing. This is where I don't know all the players in college, right? But I know what it means if you go to Duke. I know what it means if you go to North Carolina. I've always been a Carolina guy. Obviously, Michael Jordan. I'm a Michael Jordan guy through and through. This rivalry is better than Steelers Ravens, in my opinion.
I'll tell you this, Jalen. The margin for me in terms of these two rivalries is ridiculously slim. It's like a flip of the coin. That's how much like I love these two rivalries specifically of Duke, North Carolina, and Ravens Steelers. Like
if you said for some reason, I don't know why this would ever happen, but if you said this Saturday, if football went this long, it was ice cold out in Heinz Field, Ravens.
Oh, why are you doing this to me? And I know what you're gonna say.
Hold on. But at that kickoff's at 7:30. But Duke and Carolina Saturday, I'm having split screens.
Same.
But I think I'm giving it to Duke and just because I love basketball so much more. But that's it. There's gonna be passion. There's gonna be fists. There's gonna be tears. There's gonna be shady calls. There's gonna be questionable things, and it's gonna be glorious. And
yeah,
it's better than Eagles Cowboys. Sorry, Brandon.
Oh, no, 100%. No, 100%. The Eagles Cowboys rivalry has been dead for 3 years now.
Yeah, that's because you guys dog walk them. Thank you. I appreciate that every year.
So the way I look at rivalries, I always look at it as eras. I don't care about history. I really don't. I don't care about what happened in the rivalry 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It may be a rivalry because you're divisional or you don't like each other in the past or whatever, but both teams have to hold up their end of the bargain for it to be a real rivalry. And rivalries can ebb and flow, in my opinion. Even Ravens Steelers, I feel like has lost its luster because Pittsburgh hasn't had a quarterback the last 5 years.
But here's the thing. That's a good point. Fair point. Both teams have to hold up their side of the bargain. Unless you are from that city. If you are, say, a Browns fan, because the Steelers kicked the shit out of us for years. Can I swear on this show?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Steelers kicked the shit out of us for years. So, but I still, as a matter of fact, I'm sitting right next to a Pittsburgh Steelers fan right now. I still despise you guys, and that's just how it is. Just because I'm from there. If you're from there, the rivalry never goes away. The thing with
That's a good point.
like if you're from like if you lived in Philly, you would probably hate the Cowboys 10 times much more than you do now.
No, it's a good point, which is why I do think, to your guys' point, Duke and North Carolina always have good games because it's basically the same city.
Oh yeah.
When I'll tell you this, I was down in North Carolina during the pandemic because my dad and I went to a Charlotte Hornets game because we're trying to see a game at every NBA team's arena. We stuck ourselves right in the middle of the rivalry because I went to tour UNC and then we went over to Duke and saw their campus. One of the items at the very top of my bucket list is to go to a Duke North Carolina game, whether it's at Cameron Indoor or at the Dean Dome. I'm not a Duke fan, nor am I a North Carolina fan. I don't care. For me, that adds even more magic and mystique to the rivalry.
That's how I feel about Georgia-Bama.
Exactly. Or
See,
the
I feel
Iron
like
Bowl.
since Nick Saban's been gone, I feel like Georgia-Bama has completely lost everything.
Right, but people say that about, like, there are people saying, oh, well, now Michigan, Ohio State doesn't matter because the playoffs are 12 teams or whatever.
Which I agree with. It only matters to you guys in Ohio. It doesn't matter to the rest of the college football landscape.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter as much.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
How?
That is the biggest game of the year. That is the biggest game of the year.
That
game is bigger than the national championship.
And now it's not.
That game is bigger than
that. Ohio State lost to Michigan and then won the national championship. So how does it matter?
Of course it matters. Not because we lost Michigan. It's because they're Michigan.
Again, you're using a we. It matters to you. It matters.
It matters to the rest of the world
to the college football landscape as a whole.
It matters to Michigan State. It matters to Michigan State.
No, it doesn't. Michigan State doesn't give a rip.
Yes, they
hate
Michigan State's trying to figure out how to rebuild their program.
No, Brandon, I never fight with you. But I'm going to die on this hill with Josh. It matters more than any other rivalry in college football, except maybe
it's my top rivalry in college football because of the fan bases. It was my top rivalry in sports because of the fan bases. But I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things of college football in general, it doesn't mean as much as it used to, and that's an undeniable fact.
No, it's not.
No, it's
because in the old era when it was 4 teams, if Ohio State lost to Michigan, they would be completely out of the playoff. Now they lost to Michigan, and all they do is drop from the 4 to the 8 seed. So
okay, but that's not about that. It's not about that.
You're only.
It's not about playoffs.
Jalen, let me jump in.
Go ahead.
Let me jump in here super quick. Because Jalen, as for everything you're saying about Ohio State, Michigan, I 100% agree with. I feel the same way about the damn Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn.
There you go.
But again, it doesn't mean as much when Auburn stinks.
Oh, yes, it does.
Because what if they upset them? What if they
don't, then it means nothing.
Brandon, hold on.
Wait a minute. Brandon, if the Iron Bowl doesn't mean anything, why is the kick six one of the most famous plays in college
because
football
Auburn
history?
Was good back in the day because they
Auburn's gonna win the football. Hold on. You gotta let me do it. Auburn's gonna win the football game.
Yes.
That's one of the most iconic plays in college football history.
Because back in the day, Auburn was actually a good football team, and they were ranked at the time.
Wait a minute. Here's another example. Jalen, I'll let you go after this. Do you remember it was a couple years ago in Auburn? Auburn was mid. Alabama was right in the midst of trying to make it to the college football playoff, I believe. And they went down to Auburn, and they needed a last.
That was this year.
No, it wasn't this year. It was like 2 years ago
No,
in Auburn.
this year.
They needed like a last-second corner of the end zone game-winning touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was it this year.
No, it wasn't.
Remember, Auburn almost beat Bama this year.
They did.
But that's not. I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about the play from a couple years ago in Auburn, where Alabama. I forget who the quarterback was. But they needed a last-second touchdown pass, and they got it to survive. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
If I remember right, that was this year.
Yeah. No, that was 2 years ago. That was. Who was quarterback for that Auburn team?
It was
See,
Alabama.
the fact that you guys don't even remember is proving my point.
No,
That's
doesn't.
not proving your point, though.
Yes, it is, guys.
It's not, though.
It's a memorable moment. You would remember exactly who caught it, who threw it.
Okay, so who ran the touchdown back?
I could tell you the 2016 Ohio State-Michigan game when it actually mattered, when J.D. Barrett was 100%.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked.
That is not what he asked.
I don't remember.
Exactly. And it's one of the most, in our field, it is one of the most iconic calls in sports. We dreamed of making that call.
It could have been
All three of us in this call right now have dreamed of commentating a national championship, an NBA finals, a big moment like that. Do not say that just because we don't know who made the play doesn't mean the play doesn't matter.
Who is it?
If the play doesn't matter, or if the play's not memorable, how am I able to recall it and even give a premise?
Because you guys have artistic memories. You guys have everything locked in stone.
No, but that's not what we're saying, though.
That's not at all what we're saying,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Let me say this to you. Yeah, fine, whatever. Michigan beats Ohio State. We dropped to 8. But you know why we won that national championship? It's because we lost to Michigan. Because they were unranked. Because they can't
mean something to you guys. It doesn't mean anything to the rest of the college.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
It 100% does.
Can you imagine?
We're not going to agree on this.
Can you imagine if we beat Michigan by 40 like we were supposed to, and we went into Tennessee? We would have got steamrolled. But the loss to Michigan put all the media pressure on us.
Okay, you think that, but you don't know that. That's the problem.
What are you talking about? I don't know that.
I don't know.
Jalen, by the way, you mentioned Tennessee. I love the Tennessee-Georgia rivalry as well.
Since when has that been a rivalry?
That's been a rivalry. What are you? Okay.
Since when?
You don't watch college sports.
You guys know the name of it?
It doesn't need a name.
Well, college football has names for rivalries. We got the Red River Bowl. We got the
Wait. So what do we call Penn State, Ohio State?
We call it the whiteout game or the grayout game.
You know what we call it? You know what we call it? You know what we call it? Or what I call it? I call it Dad Disciplined Son.
Oh, dude, I'm a Penn State fan. I wish it was a rivalry, but it's not.
Me too. Because I want to go into Sad Valley. I want to go into Sad Valley.
Guys, and we have spent way too much time on this. I think this is the first time this show has ever gone off the rails to this point.
Sorry, guys.
We can continue it if you want.
No, we could switch. We could switch.
Jalen, I think that's the longest you and I have ever agreed on something. You might want to look out the window and make sure pigs aren't flying.
Is it a full moon tonight or what?
I don't know.